to the degree that those guys come on, I think we have some very good players. It's in the secondary. It's a matter of how fast can we bring them up. We have to be smart. We can come out and say we want to play man-to-man. We play a certain defense all the time. We have to be smart as we grow. But I think one of the best things that's happened for us with the secondary at this point is that Dargan and Efo and Troy Hill have been unbelievable leaders. I mean, those guys have been they've been really, really good. And Reggie Daniels been good, and Tyree's been good, the guys from the spring. So it's a good group right now. We just got to continue to develop it. But we like what we have there. It's just how fast can we get that group, how fast can we really get them to a high level. But it's a great group.
Tyree played so well in the spring game. It sounded like all spring. He really impressed you guys. Have you seen much improvement in spring to now?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. That's one of the nicest things about the first day of practice and the first days of practice is that a lot of times your biggest worry as a coach is you get to a certain level in the spring and then you show up at fall camp and what really happened in the summer. The kids said it worked, but working. Well, the evidence is on the field, and thus far, the evidence has been, they actually were working because we were starting at a slightly higher level than where we finished in the spring, which is good news.
Yesterday, Mark was talking about force feed the young guys. You just keep giving them reps. They make mistakes, and that's fine if they learn from it. How long does that force feeding last before you say, okay, you can start learning this stuff, it needs to show through? Is that like second week of fall camp, third week, where you say we need to start seeing some cues being read?
Defensively, our philosophy and our approach is that the first 6 days we're installing and we're throwing the book at them. I mean, it's a lot of information, and then you couple that with going against our offense at fast pace. I mean, it's the first couple of plays those guys are in there. They're standing there and they get the call, and they're still standing there and the play's over. And then all of a sudden you start seeing okay, they get it, they move, and so we force it hard. And I think the first scrimmage is somewhere around day 6 or 7, and we're going to force it all the way to then, and then we'll evaluate who can pick it up and retain it and actually get on the field and execute it. And then that's how we start to formulate some ideas of who can help us and who really can, and what roles they should be in.
Another guy you've always been talked about really highly is Mattingly. So far, I mean, have you seen his summer paying off? Did he retain what he had in the spring?
Yeah, I think Danny mentally is doing a nice job. He's moving around well. He's actually gained a lot of weight. I mean, he looks really good, and I think he's close to where we need him to be at this point, and not where we need him to be in the week. But right now, I like where he is. Yeah, thank you.
Don, some of the attrition this summer, was that just circumstantial, or was that a stricter code, or you guys lost more than 1 or 2 linebackers?
Yeah, those are head coach questions.
Yeah.
Those are head coach questions.
Okay.
So I would ask Mark.
All right.
I'm going to follow up then with something that Andrew kind of mentioned, bringing the kids in. I mean, how much are you able to, before they get out on the field for the first time, how much actual time, like in a classroom situation or whatever, do you have to kind of prep them for what they're going to do? Is it a day? Is it a week? What do they get?
No, this is basically a playbook, and we have a meeting. We have a 20-minute walkthrough in the morning where we can install a little bit, and then there's a 20 to 20 minute meeting. That's all you get, and some of that's on the field, some of that's in the meeting room, and then it's up to them to take good notes.
Yeah.
And then get with some of the older guys and explain it to them. And they can come in, and there's numerous stations where they can come in and actually watch the practice and watch film and start to get better. And that's what you look for. To really be good at this level or great at this level, guys have to really study. You have to study, and it's not like studying a topic where you can forget. It's more like studying math and chemistry, where if you don't remember the first part, you don't remember the first basis, you can't do it. So a lot of it is hard study.
Now, when you do that, are you available to them to critique or point out what it is that you see on the film, or is it, communicated to them and then they go look at the film individually and find it themselves?
We have a short meeting. It's probably in the evening, probably a 40-minute meeting, and we'll make cut up clips and get to them as much as we can. But there's a problem. There's a ton of there's 2 to 3 times that amount of plays in practice. So a lot of they've got to do. We're going to continue to handle the basics, the fundamentals. This is what this defense does. This is your role. and they've got to watch the film and start to apply it to different situations. It may not happen to them on the field, but it may happen to my teammate. But I've got to study the film to see, okay, how should he have reacted?
Talk to Mark about day two. How did day two look for you? How did the guys look?
You know, it was good. It was good. You know, the second day, the nice thing is that the kids are excited, more than excited. Their attention to detail is really good. And you know, the excitement the first couple of days, everyone's excited. Day 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, it's starting to drag. But the kids were really good, and my measurement is how well they do the details. When we start putting in things and throwing different formations, and how detailed are they? If they're detailed, that means they've been studying. Because some of those things, if you don't pay attention, you'll miss them.
Well, that's part of that whole force feeding philosophy, right? You're just throwing everything at them.
Yes.
And you're looking to see what sticks.
Yes, we're looking to see what sticks. But with the older guys, we expect things to stick, and we expect it to stick well enough that I can actually take a young person with me and explain it and coach them. And the kids are doing a good job of that right now.
Tyson Coleman had a big smile yesterday. He just seems thrilled to be healthy and ready to go. Do you feel like he could be a big impact player for you guys this year?
You know, Tyson has played some valuable minutes over the year, and he's demonstrated that he can really do some good things. So, really excited about Tyson, and if he has a healthy year, I think you'll be hearing his name a lot.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys. Yep.